What is up, guys? I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a mobile header using Elementor. Now this header is actually really responsive, so let me go ahead and show you guys how it's going to look. So I'm going to go ahead and click on inspect here, and I'm just going to adjust the sizing of this. And as you can tell from each, it goes from desktop to tablet to mobile, and it's all very responsive. So if you guys want to learn how to make this mobile header menu, go ahead and stick around. So let's begin. Now for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and create my header from scratch. So head over to your dashboard, go into templates and theme builder, and then go ahead and click on add new, and then select header. And you can either type in header or mobile header. Since I'm going to be focusing more on the mobile header, I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this. I'm not really going to choose any of the templates that they already have pre-built, but you guys can go ahead and choose that as a starting point, but that's up to you. Or you can just follow along when I create my header from scratch here. So go ahead and select a section here, and I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 columns. And the reason being is I'm going to have my logo to the left, my menu in the middle, and a call to action on the right, or a cart. So right now I'm going to go ahead and add my site logo. Now my site logo is already set. So if you don't know how to add your site logo here, what you want to do is head over to your front end and go ahead and click on customize. Now I am using the Cadence theme, so my might look a little bit different than yours. So the way you want to go ahead and find it is you want to look for site identity. So I know that mine is in the header and logo here. I just got to click on that, and then it takes me to site identity. But whatever theme you're using, whenever you click on customize, you should be able to find site identity somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and change my logo. I can change it to whatever I want. But you know what? I'm going to actually just leave it as is for now. And I'm going to go ahead and click on skip cropping, and it's already published. So now that's all set up there. But if you want, you can also just add an image instead. And then you can just go ahead and select your logo for your website. But I would highly suggest you add a custom link and direct them to the home page. But just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and use my site logo. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab a menu here. So I'm going to type in nav, and I'm going to grab the nav menu from Elementor. And that's just a default nav menu. And now I'm going to move this over here. Just kind of give it some spacing here. And I'm going to go ahead and move this here. And I'm not really going to go over the styling of the desktop menu. I'm going to just kind of go more over the mobile menu here. So I'm going to go ahead and just shift this to the right here. And that's just my preference. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a call to action. And that can either be a button or anything like that. But on mobile, you really don't want to have buttons. Buttons are just too large to have on your header. At least on mobile, but on your desktop you can definitely have a button. But I'm going to go ahead and add a cart actually, and I'm just going to use a default cart from Elementor, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on my column here, and I'm going to make sure that's set to the middle, and I'm going to click on this widget here, and I'm going to set this to the right. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the subtotal so then we only have the icon. And then I'm going to definitely do bubble. And let's see here. We can have a cart. You can have a cart solid. I know that it's kind of glitching out right now. But I'm going to go ahead and save this and just view this. I know that it's kind of a square, but it is actually glitching out, but that tends to happen sometimes with Elementor. So I'm going to go ahead, and it will probably end up working here in a bit, but I'm going to remove this border here because I don't want a border on this at all. and I'm going to leave that as is. And I'm going to scoot this over about to here. That's fine. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a section at the top here. And that could just have some basic information. And I'm going to make this about 2 columns. And over here, I'm going to go ahead and type in list. And I'm just going to grab an icon list. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on my layout to inline, just so then it all fits. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove some columns, and I'm just going to add some basic information here. And this is just usually contact information. So the first thing that I'm going to do is probably just add in an email. So I'm going to type in envelope, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose this one here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just type in the email. I'm going to put email at my website.com. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a number here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a phone. So you can either type in phone, you can choose this, or you can even type in mobile phone, which I think pops up as well. And you can even choose a mobile phone. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose mobile phone there. And then I'm going to go ahead and set this. So I'm just going to add a random number here. Now, if you are wondering how to link these, so for your email, you would do email to, and then you would go ahead and grab your email here, and then paste that in there. And sorry, you have to put those dashes in there. So make sure you have those dashes in between email to and your email. And then for your number here, go ahead and type in tel, then dashes there. And then go ahead and just type in your number, but you don't want any periods or dots in between your number. You just want it just like this. And now it's going to be clickable. So let me just go ahead and stylize this a bit. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and just choose a background color for this. I'm thinking of just something really light gray. So something really gray. Or we can even have this black. Actually, black might work. But I want to go ahead and use this color, black. I'm not sure if it's the same color. No, it's actually a different color, black. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this color, black. And I'm going to paste it down there. Make sure that it's that color there. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead, now that I have the right color there, now I'm going to actually customize my contact information. So I'm going to go ahead and go to style and then icon. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose a color here. I'm going to make that white so that's viewable. And then I'm going to make the text white as well, but I don't want it that viewable. So I'm just going to bring this down here and kind of make it a little bit gray. And what I can do as well is I can also make my icon colors blue. I can make that blue if I want, but I think it's more viewable when it's actually white. And I'm going to grab this gray here, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. And let me just make sure that's saved actually. Sometimes this can glitch out here. So I'm going to make sure it's saved. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. And I'm going to choose this gray here. And then let me go ahead and make this icon white. All right, and now we're just going to go ahead and add some social icons here. So just go ahead and type in social, and you'll see this social icons. So just drag that to the column on the right, and then the alignment should be from the right. And then we're going to go ahead and just start stylizing those. So click on style, click on custom, and then your primary color, which I believe is a background, we're going to make that one transparent. So go ahead and click on your primary color and just bring that all the way down. And just to the point where you just have the icons. And then we're just going to adjust the sizing here. And maybe a little more. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm not really gonna focus too much on on the on the desktop version. I'm gonna focus more on the mobile. I just wanted to have a base to work with. So I'm actually gonna adjust the color of this actually real quick. I'm gonna remove the underline, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make let me go ahead and grab this black here. I actually want to use this black. And then I'm going to go into style here, and I'm going to go ahead and just adjust my text color here. And I'm going to make sure I don't have a hover effect on here. There we go. All right. I just want to save that there. Okay, so now let's go ahead and focus on the mobile part, which is a part that's the most important. So I'm going to go ahead and first just focus on the tablet here real quick. So what I'm going to do from here is, as you can tell, our logo here is, in my opinion, it's really close to the edge. And my cart here is really close to the edge as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my section here. And then I'm going to go to advance. And then from my padding, I'm going to go ahead and move this logo here to the left here. Sorry, let me go ahead and there we go. I'm going to move that to the left. And let's see. I think about 15 is fine. And the same thing I'm going to do to the right as well. So we can move that over. But this cart here is a little bit glitched out. And that does tend to happen with this cart. I noticed that the Elementor cart icon isn't really the best. But it might be working for you. It just might be on my my version right now. So I might move that a little more to the left actually. So I'm going to go to click on this section. And then I'm going to move that more to the right, I mean. All right, so it's over about this. Okay. So now from here, I want to go ahead and shift this icon, this hamburger icon, to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this icon here, the hamburger icon widget, which is your nav menu. And then I'm going to go ahead and over here where it says toggle align, go ahead and switch this to the right. So now it's to the right. But we have an issue here. Whenever we click on this, it expands our entire header. I don't want it to do that. That kind of doesn't look good. I want it to just be full width. So now that we've checked this, yes, as you can tell, now it's full width, and now that's perfect. Now that's looking good there. Now what I want to do is just adjust the icon, and then after that, I will adjust the drop down. So make sure you click on your nav menu and you go to your style, and then we're going to go ahead and work on our toggle button. And then I'm going to go ahead and make this black. I'm going to use that same black that I was using, and then I'm going to make the color of my icon here. Now my icon isn't really working that well, but it does tend to glitch out like that, but I think it will work later on. So I know that it does kind of have this, they look like 3 bullet points there, but that just tends to happen sometimes. It's a glitch with Elementor. But don't worry about that. It'll probably look great on yours. If you guys are having any issues on that, just let me know. You might just have to refresh your cache or clear your cache on your website. That kind of sometimes tends to be the issue. So anyway, I'm going to adjust the sizing, as you can tell I just did. So I was adjusting the sizing of that. And then I'm going to probably, now I think the cart is good where it's at. So I think that's good. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and work on my drop down. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my drop down so I know what I'm working on. And then I'm going to make, I think the color of it, the color of the background of this drop down is fine, to be honest. And then I'm going to make the hover effect here. I'm going to make that, I'm going to actually use the black that I've been using. But you can choose any color here. But I'm just going to go ahead and choose that black. I think that's fine. I think that looks great. Now what you are able to do here is on alignment, you can move that to the center as well. Now that is a preference. Actually, that actually does not look that bad. So I might have it just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to style, and then I'm going to go to my I'm going to go to my drop down. Now this part's very important, your distance. So this is basically the distance of your drop down. So you can move that all the way down. You can tell it moves, right? But obviously it's far from your header there. So we want it pretty close to our header, and we can see where it's at right now. You can see that right there. It goes right above our hamburger icon. I'm going to bring it down a little more, and I think that'll be fine there. Okay. And maybe a little more. There we go. Okay, so now, and I want to adjust this above as well. So as you guys can remember, I did 15 to each side for this section. I'm going to do the same thing for this section above. So I'm going to click on the section, go to advanced, and then from the padding, from the right and left, I'm going to do 15. Now, of course, that might bring one of them down, not to worry though. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to have to shrink one of these. And actually what I'm going to do is shrink this one here. So you can go ahead and move this over here and move it about to this size actually. That's fine. And then go ahead and click on this section here. And now we just need to adjust the column width. Now we just need to make that one a lot longer, give that one a lot more room. Now we can just move this over here and give it the same spacing. There we go. Okay, now that's perfect there. Now that's all looking great. Now I'm going to go ahead and click update again, and I'm going to save that. Now I'm not going to view this yet. I'm going to view this a little after. And then I'm going to maybe touch it up and correct some things. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on the mobile portion of it. So now what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and work on our top section. So I'm going to make this section here, or this extension, I'm going to make this go to the center. So I'm going to go to style. So just click on this extension, extension there, or this element, and then go into your style, and then go into alignment, and you can center that, which is just centering the icon, but that's entirely up to you. And then I believe it's going to be in your let's see here, right here. It should be in your list. So just center that, and then that's going to get centered right there. And then that's looking good. And now I'm just going to center my social icons there. So I'm going to go into content, and the alignment should be to the center. And now that's looking great. Now you can have these side by side. That is an option, but it's not really going to look the best, to be quite honest with you. It's going to look very clamped up together. So it's not going to look good. This is why I have it this way. That's my preference, but that's entirely up to you. If you only have one of these on here, you can try that if you just have one list on here. But what you can also do is just hide the social. Let's say you don't want the social icons on your mobile because it looks like it's, you know, too much going on at the top, right? So what you can do is go ahead and click on your column here, go to advanced, and then go to responsiveness, and then just hide it on mobile. Now if I were to view this, you can see now it's just set up to show my contact information, which I kind of liked it a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that instead. But let me just show you guys what you can do as well. Now you can also shrink this as well, and maybe try to make everything fit. Now you can do about maybe 60 here, and then maybe shrink. You can try to shrink this text here. Now I'm just showing you guys an example here, and you can just shrink this a little bit, and then you can also go to your layout here from this section, and then maybe do about 40, because I just did 60 on this side. And then what you can do is just click on your icons, and then go to your style, and then you just want to adjust the icon size. So right here, so just adjust the sizing, maybe make this a little bit smaller, and then go ahead and click on your column and make sure this is set to the middle, there. And you can also have it like this. Now that is entirely up to you. This also looks great as well, but it just might, the text might not be that big, and people might not be able to read it. So that's up to you guys there. But I'm going to go ahead and just go back to how I had it. There we go. So now that's set up perfectly there. Now we just need to go ahead and fix this. Obviously this looks terrible. So what we want to do from here is go ahead and move this logo to the left. So let's go ahead and click on this column here, and I'm going to adjust the column width. And I'm going to make it a certain size here now. I don't know the exact size yet, so I'm thinking actually smaller than that. The logo looks really big. So we can do 20. You can even do 23 if you wanted to. That actually isn't bad either. But it just depends on your logo size, to be honest. So you really have to adjust that. I can't really tell you a set size because that always depends on how your logo is. So from here, what I would do is I would go ahead and choose this column here, and then go ahead and make this a little smaller. So adjust the column width, and we want to just go ahead and keep moving that over, probably about to this size. Let's go ahead and adjust my cart icon first, and then see what we can get. So as you can tell, it's still a little bit glitched out, so I'm gonna leave it about 15, and then let's see how much more I can move this over here. All right. Now what I'm gonna do next is, let's see, I do want to shift this a little over. I actually want to shift my icon a little bit over to my my hamburger icon a little bit over to my cart icon. So what you can do is you can go ahead and click on your column here, go to advanced, and then go to you can remove the padding on it, and then you can also go to margin as well, and then from the right side we can possibly, let's see, bring it down. Okay, so actually, you know what? Instead of doing it from the column, do it from the actual hamburger icon. So go ahead and click on your Nav menu here. And then from here, go into advanced. And then go to your margin. And then from the right side, go ahead and just move this over here. And that's pretty much to where you want it. This is a good spacing already. Now let's go ahead and view this. Okay, I think that's looking great. Now we might want to make sure this is all set to the middle. So go ahead and click on your column here, go to layout, make sure that's set to the middle, and make sure this is set to the middle as well, just in case. And then click update, and now I'm going to have this on the entire website. Now I'm going to go to home. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and view this on my mobile. Okay, so now that's looking great here. And my drop down is looking great because we did set that up earlier, so that's already looking good. And it's pretty much the same way as we set it up on the tablet. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that it's all really responsive. Okay. So one thing that I want to show you guys that is very important, just in case you're having issues, is go into your dashboard, go into Elementor, and go into, I believe it's going to be settings or tools. Okay, so it's in settings, and then go to style. So right here, you're going to be able to adjust your responsive width. And these are pretty much your breakpoints. So basically, certain sizes of your screen, they're going to turn into tablet, and a certain size, it's going to turn into mobile. So by default, it's already set up to 1025, and for mobile, it's set to 768. So let's say for some reason, because it does happen a lot when I'm building websites, is a certain size doesn't look good. Like this menu here, for instance, will be too large, and some stuff under it, there'll be other stuff under it, and it kind of just breaks. So you just need to adjust this properly. Let's say instead you want it to have the tablet version a little bit sooner because you're having issues with your menu. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys have come across that if you've built plenty of websites before using the Elementor header. So maybe you want to adjust it, and you'd be like, okay, well, at this certain size, I probably shouldn't have that. I probably should have it set to, you know, tablet. But what you can do is just set this size right here to 7 to 11 1180 1181. So grab that and then maybe go into your settings here and then just paste that in here. And as you can tell, if I were to save that and we were to update this, let me just move this a little bit over. So pretty much anything past this is going to be tablet. There you go. So see that? So that's why that's pretty important. So this is about where your mobile would be. So this is already looking really good. Yeah. See here. Now that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you do have any questions on anything really involving Elementor or WordPress, or if you're having difficulty with this header, just feel free to reach out to me. Maybe comment down below, and I'll definitely try to help you guys out. I will have a video coming out. I think probably right after this video where I go over creating a sort of a sticky menu, but pretty much what's going to happen is whenever you scroll down, you're going to get your sticky menu, and also your logo here is going to shrink as well with your sticky menu. And it's just a really cool feature that I'm going to be showing you guys how to do. So if you guys did enjoy this video and it did help you guys out, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It'll definitely help us out a lot. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.